All right, binge watchers, welcome back to Binge Guide, the next show.
The next show.
That's right. I'm Andrew, your host, and I am here with Victoria.
Hey, everybody.
And we are going to be diving deep today into a new show on Peacock called Long Bright River.
Oh, yeah.
And, we've been doing a lot of research on this one, Victoria, and I think this could be a huge hit.
Yeah, I've got to admit, the premise itself just immediately grabbed me. A Philadelphia police officer investigating murders in a neighborhood that's just ravaged by the opioid crisis, and then her own sister goes missing and she's a suspect.
Oh, it is. It's like, sign me up.
And so this is based on a book, right? A novel by Liz Moore.
That's right.
And one of the things that really grabbed my attention about this is that she based this on her own family's history.
Oh, wow.
With addiction.
That's really interesting. I'm immediately thinking about how much more authentic and nuanced this portrayal of addiction might be because of that.
Oh, for sure.
So often these stories can fall into cliches and stereotypes. Yeah. And I think she even talked about it as, I wasn't trying to just, hit the check marks of, what a story like this needs. I really wanted to explore the human stories behind the headlines.
Yeah.
And speaking of human stories.
Okay.
The setting, this is another thing that really grabbed my attention.
Yeah.
Kensington, which is a neighborhood in Philadelphia.
Yes.
Liz Moore, who wrote the book, described it as tight-knit and vibrant, but deeply affected by the opioid crisis.
And it's that contrast that really gets me excited, because I think that's what's going to make this narrative so compelling.
Yeah.
Kensington is going to become more than just a setting. I think it's really going to be like a character in itself.
Oh, for sure.
With all these complexities. And I'm curious to see, if they shy away from the harsh realities of the opioid crisis,
right,
or if they really lean into the struggle.
And from what I've gathered, they're really going for it.
Okay.
They really want to show it the way it is, but in a way that doesn't exploit the community.
Okay.
And I read that Nikki Toscano, who's the showrunner, that she actually hired local advisors from Kensington.
Oh, that's great.
Artists and even actors to help make sure that this is portrayed authentically.
I love that it's not just about showcasing the darkness. It's also about showing the resilience of these people and the spirit of this community.
And speaking of representation, the casting for this is amazing.
Yeah.
Amanda Seyfried.
Oh, wow.
Fresh off her Emmy win for The Dropout.
Yeah.
She is playing the lead role, Mickey the Philadelphia police officer.
That's a bold choice.
It is.
She is so versatile as an actress.
Yeah.
But this seems like such a departure from anything we've seen her in before.
Right.
I think they're going for something really special here.
I do too. And Toscano said, "This is Amanda like you've never seen her before."
Oh, wow.
She describes Mickey as flawed and raw, struggling with guilt over her missing sister and the weight of her family history.
It sounds like a role that requires vulnerability and strength.
Oh, yeah.
Which she can definitely do.
And then there's also the sister, Casey, who becomes a prime suspect in these murders.
Oh, man.
And so there's this dynamic of the sisterly bond.
Right.
Complicated by addiction and suspicion.
Oh.
Which is just
complicated is right.
Really the emotional core of the story.
It makes you really think about the nature of family and loyalty.
Yeah.
Like, how far would you go to protect someone you love?
It does.
Even if they've made terrible choices.
It really does. And I think that's where Long Bright River separates itself from other crime dramas.
Yeah.
It's not just about solving the case.
Right.
It's about exploring the human cost of addiction and the ripple effects that spread through families and communities.
It's about asking really difficult questions, like how do you even define justice?
Right.
In a system that so often fails the most vulnerable.
Yeah. How do we reconcile our personal biases with our duty to uphold the law?
These are great questions.
They are.
Can't wait to see how they handle them.
So all of that is really interesting.
Yeah.
But we have to talk about the trailer.
Yes, let's get visual.
Because the trailer opens with a shot of Mickey in her police uniform, standing on a street corner in Kensington. And the camera just lingers on her face.
Yeah.
And you see this mix of weariness and determination.
It sounds like they're really establishing her character.
Yeah.
Right off the bat. Like, she's been through it.
Yeah.
But she's still fighting.
And then the scene shifts.
Okay.
And we get these quick glimpses of life in Kensington, drug deals, rundown buildings, people huddled in doorways.
It's like a whole different world than that description that Liz Moore gave.
But it also feels really authentic.
Yeah.
Like they're not trying to sugarcoat it at all.
It's like, this is Kensington, this is the world you're about to enter,
right.
And it's intense.
Yeah, and then they throw this curveball at you. We see this woman, younger than Mickey. Her face is pale. She's clearly struggling. And the voiceover whispers, "This is my sister Casey."
Ooh, right.
That's a gut punch.
And all of a sudden, the stakes become very personal.
Yes.
It's not just a cop investigating a case.
Yeah.
This is a sister desperately looking for her lost sibling.
Right.
And we see shots of Mickey chasing down leads, confronting shady characters, putting herself in danger.
Oh, wow.
And the voiceover says, "I won't rest until I find her."
Okay, so she's willing to cross lines,
Yeah.
maybe even break the law
Oh, yeah.
to find her sister.
I think so.
I am hooked.
I am too.
This is more than just a crime drama. This is about obsession, about family,
Yeah.
about going to extremes for the people we love.
Yeah, and like how far is too far?
Exactly.
Right, I mean, are you going to compromise your morals?
Yeah.
Save your sister?
Will she let her personal feelings interfere with her duty
Yeah.
as an officer of the law?
All of these questions that are set up in the trailer.
This is good. Oh, it's so good.
This is really good.
And I think it's safe to say, Victoria, based on what we've seen
Yeah.
and what we've read,
Mm-hmm.
that this has all the ingredients for a really gripping show.
Yeah, potentially groundbreaking.
Oh, yeah.
A great cast.
Yeah.
A complex story
Yeah.
that's very timely and relevant.
I'm in love.
And the creative team seems committed to authenticity.
Yes.
What more could we ask for?
I agree, but we still have a lot more to unpack.
Okay.
We have interviews with the cast,
Yeah.
behind-the-scenes insights,
Awesome.
early reviews.
Ooh, I love early reviews.
Yeah, so stay tuned, binge watchers,
Yes.
because we're going to be right back after the break to dive into all those juicy details
It's late.
about Long Bright River.
Long Bright River. All right, so we're back.
We are back.
And ready to go even deeper.
Yeah.
with Long Bright River.
Deeper into Long Bright River.
You know, something that really struck me in that last segment
Yeah.
was this emphasis on authenticity.
Oh, yeah. And I think a lot of that comes from Liz Moore's connection
Yeah.
to Philadelphia. You know, she lived
Yeah.
there.
Right.
And she wrote the novel. And she talks about how the city itself
Yeah.
really seeped into the DNA
Oh,
of
wow.
the story.
I love that idea, like, a place can shape a narrative that much.
Yeah.
Almost like the city becomes a character
Yes.
in and of itself.
Yeah. And in this case, it seems like Kensington's struggles with the opioid crisis
Right.
are really like tied into the emotional core
Totally.
of the story.
Yeah.
And Liz Moore talks about how her own family history
Yeah.
with addiction,
Right.
combined with her observations of life in Kensington,
Uh-huh.
really informed the characters and their relationships.
It gives me hope that this show will avoid those tropes,
Yep.
you know, about addiction that we so often see in crime dramas.
Yeah.
Like the stereotypical portrayals.
Yeah, the helpless victim
Exactly.
or the, irredeemable criminal.
Right. And it's never that black and white.
No, it's not.
And I think when a writer draws from personal experience,
Yeah.
it just brings that level of empathy and nuance
Right.
that's so hard to find.
You see the human
Yeah,
behind the addiction.
exactly.
And speaking of choices,
Okay.
I'm really curious to see how they handle Amanda Seyfried's character, Mickey.
Oh, yeah, me too.
So she's a police officer, but she's also a sister
Right.
who's grappling with her sibling's disappearance.
Right. And her sibling is an addict.
Yes.
That's got to be hard.
It's going to create some conflict.
Oh, for sure. Huge internal conflict.
What will she prioritize?
Yeah. Will she be able to be impartial?
Right.
You know?
Will she be able to separate
Yeah. Separate her role
her duty?
as a law enforcer from her need to find her sister.
It's that classic conflict of
Yes.
duty versus
Duty.
personal loyalty.
Ooh, that's good.
And I think this is where Long Bright River has the potential to kind of turn that police as savior narrative
Yeah.
on its head.
I love that.
You know what happens when the cop
Right.
is also entangled
This part of the world.
in the very world.
Yeah, that they're supposed to be policing.
Yeah, and I think it forces us to confront
Yeah.
the complexities
Gray areas.
of the system,
Absolutely.
where right and wrong
It's not so simple.
are not always clear-cut.
And it's a good reminder, I think, that, cops are people too,
They are.
with their own struggles and biases.
Yes. And I'm hoping that Long Bright River will explore those nuances.
Me too.
And I think Amanda Seyfried is the perfect actress for this.
She really is.
She could play both.
Yeah.
Strength and vulnerability.
That turmoil that Mickey's going to be going through.
I've read that she really immersed herself in the role.
Oh, really?
Spending time with Philly cops.
Wow.
Visiting rehab centers.
That's dedication.
It is.
I love to hear that.
It's not just about showing up and saying lines.
It's about embodying the character.
Yeah. And I think we're going to see a side of Amanda Seyfried that we've never seen before.
A rawness.
Yeah.
Maybe even a grittiness.
A grittiness.
That we haven't seen from her.
And speaking of grittiness,
okay,
I want to circle back to the portrayal of Kensington.
Yeah.
It's clear that they want to be authentic.
Right.
But how do they balance that with the need to create a compelling story?
It's a tough balance.
Yeah. You don't want to sugarcoat it.
You don't want to exploit anyone.
But you don't want to exploit it either.
Right.
And that's where the local advisors come in.
Yes, I think that's so important.
Yeah, they provide those insights.
Yeah, that someone from outside the community might not see.
And it's about amplifying those voices rather than just imposing an outsider's perspective.
It sounds like they're really committed to doing that.
They are.
And they've talked about wanting to start a dialogue about these issues.
Yeah, it's not just entertainment.
Right.
It's about creating social change.
Yeah.
And I think that's what makes this show so interesting. It's a crime drama, but it has a conscience.
It does.
It's not afraid to show the messiness of the world.
The real world.
Yeah.
You know, we haven't even talked about the red pickup truck.
Oh, the red pickup truck, yeah.
That we keep seeing in the trailer.
Yeah.
What's up with that?
I don't know what's up with that.
Do you think it's significant?
Oh, I think it has to be.
Yeah.
Based on how much we see it in the trailer.
Maybe it's a symbol of escape or danger or a connection between the sisters.
Oh.
I'm just throwing out ideas.
Oh, that's good. I love the theories.
Thanks.
And speaking of unanswered questions.
Okay.
What about Mickey's other sister, Casey?
Oh, yeah.
We don't know much about her yet.
Right.
But I have a feeling she's going to be really important.
I think so, too.
Understanding Mickey.
Right. And the whole family dynamic.
Yeah, because every family has its secrets.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
And I'm betting that Casey knows some things.
Has some insight.
Yes. And again, it's these layers. Yeah. That elevates this show.
It's more than just a whodunit.
Yeah.
It's a whydunit.
It is.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's about choices and consequences.
And it's about empathy.
Yes.
And understanding.
And challenging our assumptions.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm most excited about.
Me too.
With Long Bright River.
Yeah, it's not just a crime drama.
Right.
It's a way to look at these issues.
Yeah, these important issues.
That don't get enough attention.
And start a conversation.
Yeah. All right, binge watchers, welcome back to Binge Guide, the next show.
The next show.
That's right, and we are ready for our final verdict on Long Bright River. You know, Victoria, we have been through it all.
We have gone deep. Interviews, articles, the trailer. I am so intrigued by this show.
Me too.
And you know what really strikes me is that it's more than just a procedural.
Yeah.
They're trying to do something different here, something deeper.
Yeah, there's this real emotional core to this story.
And it's all about Mickey, right? Our main character.
Right, Amanda Seyfried.
Yes.
This police officer who is desperately searching for her missing sister, Casey.
But she's also a cop.
She is.
So is she going to uphold the law, even if it means sacrificing her sister's safety?
Right. Or will she cross the line?
Yeah, where does she draw the line?
And I think that question is going to be with us the whole time.
Throughout the whole season.
Yeah, but it's not just about the suspense.
Right.
It's about these really complex issues.
Yeah.
Like addiction.
And they're not afraid to ask the tough question.
No, they're not.
Like, how do we break this cycle of poverty and despair? You know, how do we balance compassion with accountability?
It would be easy to just fall back on those cliches.
On the tropes.
Yeah, and just give us a very simple good versus evil.
Right, exactly.
But I don't think they're going to do that.
No, I think they're going to give us something more nuanced.
I do too.
And I think that's where that focus on realism comes in. You know, they really want to show us Kensington.
Yeah, warts and all.
As it is.
But it's also about showing the resilience of the people.
Of that community.
And challenging those preconceived notions.
Exactly, because those notions are usually wrong.
Yeah, they usually are.
And I think this show is going to turn those on their head.
I think so too.
Yeah.
And we've talked about the cast.
Yes.
I mean, Amanda Seyfried leading the way.
Incredible.
This could be a career-defining role for her.
Yeah, and she's giving it her all.
She is.
I mean, she really did her homework.
Yeah.
Spending time with cops rehab centers. You can see it in the trailer.
Yeah.
That intensity.
Yeah, she's not messing around.
She's taking this seriously.
And the actress playing Casey, I think she's going to be fantastic.
Yeah, we don't know a lot about Casey yet,
No.
but you get these little hints that she's a really complex character.
Yeah.
You know, she's made some mistakes.
For sure.
But she still deserves our compassion.
Right. And that relationship between Mickey and Casey.
Yes.
That's really the heart.
That's the emotional core
of the show.
It's about family.
It is.
It's about how far you'll go for the people you love.
Even if it means breaking the rules.
Even if it means breaking the law.
So, Victoria,
yes.
Big question.
Hit me with it.
Is Long Bright River binge-worthy?
Oh, absolutely.
You think so?
100%.
I do too.
This show has it all.
It does.
Suspense, important themes.
Yeah.
Amazing acting.
And I think it's going to leave us thinking.
Yeah.
Long after
the credits roll.
We're done watching it.
This is a conversation starter for sure.
Yeah.
I can't wait to watch it.
Me neither. And binge watchers, we hope you'll join us.
Yes.
On this journey.
Watch it with us.
Watch it with us.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. Let us know what you think.
Yes.
You can find us on social media.
Use the hashtag #BingeGuide.
#BingeGuide.
And until next time, happy binging.
Happy binging.